Welcome, dear one. Welcome. Reclaiming the art of play. Day 43, 111 days to align and shine with Mary Jo. So we have been healing broken trust and forgiving to help harmonize the energies so that the energy can flow in a new expression, a new possibility, rather than getting stuck in the past and old creations, old unforgiveness, and old stories of distrust and traumas, etc., etc. So, healing the nervous system, repatterning with a new story. And one of the new stories that is repatterning in my nervous system is reclaiming the art of play. I have been guided for some time and I've bought canvases to just play around with some paints. And something I realized is I did do some canvases a little while ago, but they were for my business to write the name of my business and the offerings, massage and quantum healing hypnosis. And something I realized is, and see if this resonates for you. I didn't really play as a child. I was the oldest and felt very responsible for, for my family, and also pretty traumatized from just life and being in two children's homes between the age of 3 and 6. So I was very much as I've spoken about, just wanting to, create peace in my environment, people please, and just a natural kind of giver. So, however, I loved art in school. And out of all the subjects, it was probably the most subject that the teacher gave me the most acknowledgement for, without has potential, could do better. So maths and art came most easiest to me. I knew maths, but I didn't understand how I knew maths. So now I realize, how connected maths and art is, that they're just languages of the universe, really. So reclaiming the art of play. So what I've realized literally just in the last 24 hours, like it's just kind of landed, is that the only real art I've really allowed myself ever do, it was always for a reason. So in school, I was doing the art for the art class. And I'd lose myself in it, but it was generally, that's what we're doing for the art class. And then I did a whole portfolio, and that was to attempt to get into college, graphic design, fine arts, which wasn't so successful. And I ended up doing industrial design in college for 3 years. And and then I realized that I've been guided for some time to get paints, and I got paints and I got canvases. And even still, I only did it with the justification, or, for um, the practicality of creating something fun and vibrant for my vibrant wellness offerings and business. And I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday actually. I actually got the paints out and I actually started painting. And one of the reasons I did was because I had such a strong sense in me that my heart, my soul just wanted to create, my inner child just wanted to create. And on the body language level, anytime I went near technology or went to go on the computer or get any way into my left brain, I actually started getting pressure in my head. So that's always an indication of there's energy there that wants to flow, and it's getting and I'm I need to let go of thinking or being in my head basically. So yeah, so basically I got myself some paints and started painting. And these over here, just playing around, nothing in particular, just nothing, no great masterpiece necessarily, but just for the fun of it, just for the fun of it. So today's video is now your turn. Where in your life is there an asking to just get creative and playful just for the sake of it, not to do anything practical, not for a reason, not for a justification, but just for the sheer joy of the moment, the sheer joy of the moment, the sheer joy of the actual activity. And yeah, also no pressure, releasing perfectionism and just allowing it to be completely I was going to say painful, playful, hopefully not painful. So let me know in the comments, what is calling to you to just have some fun with? I'll do some painting as I'm chatting, you'll hear me. So I got a beautiful star here. It's just so simple and yet so joyful, so fun, so joyful. And yet it took me till yesterday, the day before, I've had the paints, I've had it sitting out in a box. Then I brought them in. They were sitting here for days. And then eventually, but it still took pressure in my head to finally just surrender that being on technology or anything heady just wasn't working for me. And to let go of whatever my plan is to be productive and just paint, just for the joy of it, just for the play of it, and letting go any pressure for it to come out well, and just actually just get really in the moment, really playful in the moment. Just because I can. Just because in the moment, my heart said, yeah, let's just have some fun with some paints and see what happens. No agenda, no performance, no pressure. So I am learning along with you what it is to live a life without pressure, without performance, without, when the judgment drops of good and bad and right and wrong, when the pressure of survival, that something needs to be productive, or our sense of worth is on something being productive or having value, like having some kind of value that you can put a price tag on, or have some kind of an exchange. But this is just for the fun of it, just for the fun of it. Okay, so that's my little message. Yeah, reclaiming playtime. And I might talk a bit more about this tomorrow, but yeah, like the art of saying no to the external world, and how that truly is a yes to yourself, a yes to your own heart. And I got to practice that today as well, when I turned down an invitation to see some extra clients tonight. And I just tuned in and it was like, that doesn't feel exciting for me. I seen 5 clients today and it was like, yeah. And I just feel so much better for it. A message I got over the probably 2021, 2022, after the lockdowns, 2020 even. But a message I started to get was, just because you can do something doesn't mean you do it. Now, I'm speaking to the overgivers here, people like myself who tend to overgive, and are having to learn to receive and discover that I say I have the PhD in giving and realizing I'm in kindergarten in terms of receiving, in terms of my nervous system, learning that receiving is safe, is allowed. I don't have to earn it, that I can just relax in my nervous system and let life, let the universe, let other humans gift to me without me having to repay or justify. So let me know if that resonates for you. Yeah, I did speak to one of my clients today. She was saying she just had a conversation with somebody talking about, the challenge she had with saying no, or they had with saying no. So many of us resonate with all of this kind of stuff because deep down we're more alike than different. And we're going through these, awarenesses as we awaken and remember and rebalance our energies. So it's all like the pendulum. Polarity is the pendulum. So we swing one direction, and then if we're too far out, we need to come back, find more middle ground, or sometimes we swing one direction and then we go completely the other direction. So, for example, sometimes people awaken, get into all spiritual stuff, and then they just shut off from it completely and just want to go back to just being very just the real human stuff, or the science, just the more left brain scientific, we'll say, instead of the right brain. And sometimes that's just what has to happen. And then eventually to come back into the middle ground, then both hemispheres of the brain, the science and the spiritual, or the energetic, that we're a whole being, holistic being, the formless in the form. So there you go, loves. Reclaiming your playfulness. So let me know in the comments one way that you can reclaim your playfulness. You can reclaim the yes to your heart, to your creativity, without pressure, without justification. It could be to skip across the room, and usually it's what lights up your inner child. Okay, so let's take a breath together, sharing the joy of this moment, joy of reclaiming the playfulness of who we truly are, the playfulness of creation. Creation, deep down, is actually very, very joyful. And underneath the more challenging emotions, whether it's anger, grief, is joy. There's joyfulness, because that is truly our deeper nature, is joy and playfulness and non-seriousness. However, we do need to, we as humans, we've come here to experience emotions. So so often underneath our depression is there's just some feelings that need to be felt and honored, some emotions that need to be honored, and to release the fear of feeling deeply, the fear that you're going to be stuck in the heaviness or the darkness. This too shall pass, and deep down underneath. And the way it really came home to me was on a 5 rhythm dance workshop many years ago, where in the workshop we went deep into anger. And after like really going for it in the body and the movement and the facial expressions and with each other, like just letting it rip, was just this joy on the other side. Same with the grief, the sadness. And it was like, wow, it was just one of those wow moments of going, oh yeah, underneath those, what we might call heavier emotions, when we really express them, when we find a healthy way to express them. And again, through our art, through singing, through, screaming into a pillow if you want, through writing, however it is, conversation. And when we really allow the fullness of the expression to come through, there's a relief. And underneath it is just return to the joy again. Yeah. So that's all my heart has to share today. Yeah. Feels good. Okay. Namaste.